Upon a Time in Hollywood is Quentin Tarantino's 10th Hollywood film. He's written a couple of others, but this is his 10th directorial film. So, I'm a huge Quentin Tarantino fan, just to kind of get that out the way. I love every one of his films. As a matter of fact, at the end of the video, I'm going to give you guys my rankings of Quentin Tarantino's films, so stay tuned for that. All right, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, what is it about? It's about TV star Rick Dalton, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, and his longtime stunt double Cliff Booth, played by the awesome Brad Pitt. They make their way around the industry that they hardly recognize anymore. Now, this is the 9th film from writer-director Quentin Tarantino, who features a large ensemble cast and multiple storylines in a tribute to the final moments of Hollywood's golden age. Now, first off, this film, let me break up the acts for you. There's 3 acts in every film, right? The first act is amazing. The second act really kind of drags, but in a beautiful cinematic way. And some would call it boring, I will say that. And the third act, oh my God. The third act is the best part of the entire film, where the climax and everything comes together. It's Quentin Tarantino at its best. Now, one of my favorite pieces of this film is DiCaprio and Brad Pitt together on screen. Whenever they are on screen, it's the best thing of the film. The dialogue between them two, of course it's Tarantino, he's gonna be amazing, is just quotable. And it's just very fun. You're smiling the entire time Brad Pitt and DiCaprio are together. So I wish there was more on-screen time with them together. Now, as far as acting, DiCaprio gives one of his best performances ever. He plays an actor, Rick Dalton, who is not as relevant as he once was in Hollywood, and he's coming to terms with that. And in some situations, it's very funny how he reacts to his relevancy. So it's pretty funny. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm not gonna spoil anything. And what can I say about Brad Pitt? He's Brad Pitt. He's very charismatic. He's got a commanding presence in the film, and any scene he's in, he's like an immovable object just moving forward. And everybody's just kind of doing this to him. And you'll know what I mean when you see it. He's got this voice where, you know, you've seen it in the trailer. Hey, don't you forget it. You're Rick fucking Dalton. It's pretty cool. I like, he's awesome. And him, like I said, him and DiCaprio together make the film. Now, Margot Robbie, who plays Sharon Tate, she really didn't do much, to be totally honest. She's beautiful on screen. She has very little lines, and she really didn't make a huge impact to the film. As a matter of fact, they could have casted anybody to play Sharon Tate, and it would not have made any impact on the film whatsoever. Now, the trailers, as you've seen it, it's a bunch of a series of events that take place on set. There's one scene where you see in the trailer that Brad Pitt's fighting Bruce Lee. That's the second act of the film, and I'm not spoiling anything, but it's really the best film I can compare this to. Is not a Quentin Tarantino film. It's like The Big Lebowski. That's the best thing I can come up with, because it didn't feel like a Quentin Tarantino film, the second act. The first act was amazing. The third act was Tarantino at his best, and I loved it. Best part of the film. But the second act felt like a Big Lebowski film. And that's not an insult. That is just the pace and what was going on screen. Now, as far as cinematography, screenplay, editing, crane shots. There's so many crane shots in this film. It's like a Scorsese film. Every scene has a crane shot. It's beautiful. I loved it. I'm looking at it, I'm like, God, how did they choreograph that? It's amazing. So if you love crane shots, or you want to learn how to do crane shots, go watch this movie, Crane Shot 101. Now, as far as my recommendation for this film, believe it or not, I really, really liked it. I don't know how I feel about it completely right now. Most Quentin Tarantino films, some of them, like Jackie Brown's one of my top favorites, but I didn't love it at first. It took time to grow on me. And over the past few years, it's now my top 4 or top 5 films that Quentin has ever made. So it grew on me. This one I think is gonna have to grow on me, because I walked out loving the third act. But prior to that, it's very slow, but beautifully made. I wouldn't say this is a masterpiece, but I may change my mind in a year. I may change my mind in 6 months. I don't know how I completely feel about this film. I really enjoyed it. I don't want to say I loved it. I just loved the third act. I'm gonna have to see it again and just see how I feel the second viewing, because again, it's beautifully made. And what I love about Tarantino is that his films, like Ari Aster and a few others, you're going and you know you're seeing a master at work. You're seeing a beautifully made motion picture. Quentin is paying tribute to his love for Hollywood with Western style shows, his spaghetti Westerns. He's paying tribute and homage to them, and I see that, and I respect it, and I love what I saw, and I admire that. But to general audiences, some may call it boring. Some may call that second act, it was slow, I didn't like it. Oh, it was great in the third act, but I didn't really like the whole thing. It was really boring. You're gonna hear a lot of that, and I can understand that. So my recommendation is this. I really liked it. My overall rating for it right now is a 90 out of 100. But honestly, it could be 100 in 6 months. I'm gonna have to see it again and find out, see how it ages with me. So those are my thoughts and my score for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Now, as far as my rankings for Tarantino movies, here they are. I got my pad with my logo. Number 10 is Death Proof. Number 9, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Number 8, The Hateful Eight. You see what I did there? Number 7 is Kill Bill Volume 1. Number 6 is Kill Bill Volume 2. Number 5 is Pam Grier is Jackie Brown. Love that film. Best screenplay ever. Number 4 is Django Unchained. Pretty badass. Number 3 is Reservoir Dogs. Oh my God, Reservoir Dogs, yes. Number 2 is Pulp Fiction. And number 1 is Inglourious Basterds, his masterpiece. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. And by the way, I got merchandise now. Yoo-hoo-hoo! Merchandise, people, merchandising. That's where the real money's made. The link is in the description below. Click on the link, check out my inventory. Please pick up a shirt. And if you do, by all means, do me a solid and put it on, take a selfie with it, and post it on social media and tag me. I would really appreciate that. I won't forget it. And as always, thank you for watching Rudy's Movie Reviews, San Antonio's unofficial movie critic. Please take care, God bless, and live long and prosper. And I'm out.